Hey guys, welcome back to DajibanLife. And as you can see, I'm getting ready to do some major surgery here. Well, maybe not that major, but basically, I think these springs pretty much had it because I got them from the junkyard, and they had I think like 250,000 miles on them. The truck that I took them off of. So now that I know that they work, I bought some new ones, some Moog springs, and these are made for the 2500 and 3500. I guess they're the same spring. So I just bought a new set of those. So hopefully that'll that'll help with the sagging that these springs seem to be doing, and I think it's causing bump steer because of the spring sagging. So because I've checked all the other sort of components here, the tie rod, everything seems good. So there's no reason for my steering to be kind of as floaty as it is. I don't really know what else could cause it other than alignment issues, because yeah, this van is definitely not like super well aligned, which I'm gonna do also today, sort of by eye, and then hopefully that'll fix all the steering issues I've been having. But yeah, new front springs. I'm gonna keep the old ones in the rear for now. At some point I might replace those as well with new springs, just because old ones, you know, they tend to sag after a while, and that kind of affects performance and whatnot. But in the rear it's been okay so far, so maybe I'll switch those out later. Comparing them, these are the Moog 7390s, and it looks like the Moogs are more tightly wound, slightly. Like if you look here, the coils, you know, they're a little bit closer together, and it's like a little bit shorter. Obviously on this spring, it's not a like a pigtail, like a flat end. It's a rounded end over here, so it ends a little bit further. But whoa. But also the coils feel just a little bit thicker. Like when I put my hand around them, these feel slightly thicker, so that should be good to kind of, you know, dampen a lot more the force on the road. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm gonna stick these in and, you know, see how it looks. Hopefully it's not too much lower. I don't think so, because the spring rate is probably a lot higher than the old ones. Alright, so the spring's all in there. It looks like it's riding a little bit higher than it was before, because before the fender was like pretty much like right at the tire tread, but it could just be because the spring is new and it needs to settle a little bit. So after driving around for a few hundred miles, it might settle down once the spring kind of goes through all the stress, you know, of actual driving, and kind of loosens up. So but yeah, it hopefully that'll fix things. And I also noticed that looking at the alignment, oh man, it's windy, but looking at the alignment, like it's really off. Like if you can tell, usually what you do is like you look down the line of the car, and then the wheel, like the back tire, if you'll notice, you can kind of see both edges, like the edge that's closer to us and the edge that's further away. And if you sort of like move a little bit, right where they line up is where the body should also line up. So like when the back of the tire disappears and all you see is a straight line, I don't know if you can see that, but then the body should also kind of turn into a straight line. But if you can see the front tire, it's cocked a little bit this way. I mean, the steering wheel's a little bit turned, but not this much. Like on the other side, it's not that bad. So here, if you want to see, you can see like the back side of the front tire, and it disappears right around there. But as you can see, you could still see the body line. Like the body line disappears around here in the back tires as well. So yeah, right around there is where the back tire disappears. So the back is probably not, it's towed out a little bit in the back as well. That I can't really fix because that's a solid axle, but the front, definitely this could be why my steering wheel's kind of been acting funky. And So yeah, I got the cardboard under there so I can do some alignment adjustments. For camber and caster, I might just kind of mess with those once I get new tires on here, because these tires are pretty worn. As you can see, the outside edge is pretty far gone. But yeah, once I get the new tires on there, I'll do like a more in-depth alignment. But today I think I'm just gonna straighten it out. I wasn't able to do an alignment or like a ghetto alignment just because those tie rods are really stuck in their seats. So I need like pickle forks or something to kind of get them out, which I don't have right now. So I'm gonna go pick those up right now while I'm giving this thing a test drive. But yeah, the springs are in. It's on a kind of a slope here. It's super windy. But yeah, the van's kind of on a slope right now, so it's kind of probably not super accurate as to like where the ride height is going to be. I have to get on kind of like more level ground to get like a good feel, and also obviously, like I said before, it has to settle a bit. But yeah, I mean, whatever. That's good, you know. Even if it rides a little bit higher in the front, that doesn't bother me that much. I'll be okay with that. And as for the alignment, it's actually not that bad. The wheel is cocked to the right a little bit, the steering wheel. So obviously right now I pointed the steering wheel straight, and the wheels are kind of cocked, I guess to in this direction, which I think is correct. And I measured the toe, and it's only a 1/4 inch difference. It's toe in about a 1/4 inch, and I just measured from tread to tread, inside tread to inside tread on both tires from the front and then again at the back, and it was a 1/4 inch difference. Usually you only want like a 1/16, I guess, of an inch from what I've read. So I'll probably adjust that once I can, you know, mess with the tie rods, because I can't really I can't right now. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna roll with that. If there's still steering issues, it's probably because of the alignment more than anything, because I checked all the connections basically between the suspension and the wheels, and everything looks okay. The ball joints are still, you know, for the most part good. I mean, there's some cheap Chinese brand that I got from eBay for $60 for like a 10-piece kit or something. So I did that with an eye towards replacing them in the future at some point anyway, with better parts. But they seem okay right now. So I'm just gonna roll with it and see how the van feels. And hopefully it was just a sagging spring issue. And now that the ride height might be a little bit higher, maybe that some of that bump steer will go away. So yeah, well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and yeah, here's what I got next week. These pears are also very delicious. There's nothing in this box, so that's not it. But I got the stuff from Summit Racing here, the Excel tune-up kit. So it comes with plugs and wires and the rotor and the distributor cap. So I'll be doing that, and I think while I'm doing that, I'll also maybe get headers. So Summit Racing does sell a set of carb, you know, EO approved headers for California, because that's where I'm at. And so because they're EO approved or carb approved, I can slap those on there and it'll be fine. And I had to check, and I checked today, if the usually I guess there's an EGR valve or something. So they sell two versions of the header. There's one without the EGR thing, and then there's one with the EGR tube. And I checked today, and this one does not have an EGR tube on the stock manifolds, the exhaust manifolds. The other issue though is that I'm not sure about the clearance on the driver's side, because I actually forgot to check that. But the headers on this side are really close to the frame. They kind of run up and under. So I'll take a look at that again and see if those headers will fit. I'll see what the measurements of the headers are. I don't think you can get any more low profile than the log style that these come with stock, because those headers are kind of rounded. So maybe those headers might not work. I guess I could just run one side on the passenger side and stock headers on the other, but that might be kind of weird. So I'll crawl under there and give another look, and take some measurements and see if maybe I can fit those headers on while I'm changing out this stuff, because it's much easier while I have everything apart for this, just to swap the headers out at the same time, because I'd be accessing it through the wheel well basically. Most of the stuff on this side, at least on the driver's side, I'd probably have to access it through the dog box, the dog house, or whatever that thing's called. Yeah, the dog house, through the top, but some of it I can do through the wheel well also, so it would just be a lot easier to do it that way. But yeah, that's about it for this episode, and next week we'll tackle, or maybe we'll tackle this. I do still have to do some other stuff. I want to do finish the bodywork and all that nonsense, and just kind of get that out of the way. Wire up the alarm and stuff like that. So we'll see if I'll make it to this or not. But yeah, thanks for watching.